Hi, it's Leela, the proud poly kinky queer slut. Today's question is, how do you practice being resistant to shaming and insults? So when people say nasty things about you, how do you resist that? How do you stay strong in the face of that? It hurts. It hurts when people say mean things. It hurts when people just throw insults out there. And that happens a lot, unfortunately. People act out and they just lash out. And it really says less about you than it does about them. Most of the time people lash out because of their own pain. But that's not to say that it doesn't still hurt and trigger your own fears. So some practical tips for how I deal with that. So first practical tip is that I try to remind myself of the good things and good people in my life, and I'll just ask them for support. So I'll just tell a friend, hey, somebody said something horrible about me. Somebody called me fat or whatever it is. That give my friends the opportunity to be there and say, yeah, big is beautiful. Don't listen to that crap. You're gorgeous. If you ask for the support from your resources, they will likely give it to you. And if you don't have those resources, then cultivate those resources. And a good way to cultivate those resources is by being that resource for somebody else proactively. So giving random compliments is a really good way to just build up that kind of rapport with people where you can then ask them for compliments, ask them to let you know. Frankly, another thing that helps me is that I have an active, healthy sex life, and I have a situation where I get reinforcement of my attractiveness. I get reinforcement that I am a desirable human from the people that I care about and from my community, because I put myself out there, and that has really helped. This is a place where there's something of an advantage to being polyamorous, to being slutty, because when I was in my monogamous marriage, there were fewer outlets for that. But now that my marriage is open and I have more resources, when people tell me I'm horribly unattractive and then I go out to the bar and it's easy to pick somebody up if I want to, that's a nice counterpoint. It's so obviously clear that these haters are wrong, that it becomes laughable and it becomes, easy to deny. Whereas when I wasn't putting myself in those spaces, it was harder. Because I thought that maybe I wasn't beautiful, that I wasn't attractive, that I wasn't intriguing, and because I wasn't getting that feedback. So putting yourself in positions where you get that feedback helps. Also, self-love matters. Affirmations matter. Looking yourself in the eye in the mirror and seeing the beauty, finding the things that you like about yourself, whether that's mentally and metaphorically or actually literally looking in the mirror and complimenting yourself in the mirror, even if it's awkward, even if it's weird, building that practice of thinking positive things about yourself really helps. Also, this will be the last one. We have negative self-talk that is just evil a lot of times. I mean, we are the harshest on ourselves. We think horrible things about ourselves that nobody else would say. So developing the practice of when your brain is flooding you with thoughts that are wrong, but that are stuck. They're stuck in there. When you're just sitting there and notice yourself thinking, I'm stupid. Notice that. Stop and say, wait, I shouldn't be talking to myself like that. I'm not stupid. I'm actually really intelligent. And here's some 3 things that I have done that are evidence of my intelligence. Same thing if it's I'm so ugly. Stop and be like, no, I have beautiful eyes. My hair is gorgeous and my boobs are excellent. Interrupting the negative self-talk, because really the best thing you can do to make yourself resilient to hate and shame from other people is to not feel it about yourself, to practice having good confidence in and of yourself. And it is a practice, and it takes daily work, and it takes a real commitment to doing this for yourself, but it pays off, and it's really great in the long run when you can do it. So thanks very much for listening. This is Leela, the proud poly kinky queer slut. Have a great day.